Next. Su Yang's calm voice caused the girls' hearts to skip a beat. None dared to step forth, afraid of the result. Wait. I am next. I don't believe I will lose to you, said Ming. After disappearing into the room with Su Yang, Ming emerged with tears, unable to stand. The others hesitated, but eventually, each one entered and left the room with reddened faces, defeated by Su Yang's techniques. Despite their hopes, none could resist, pleading for more. Shang stared at Su Yang with fierce eyes, her hands covering her body in a protective manner. The situation looked as though Su Yang had assaulted her both physically and mentally. What? Do you want me to acknowledge you as my daughter? Su Yang smiled, causing Shang's blood to boil from embarrassment. I will remember this. Shang mumbled in a low voice, her gaze staring daggers at Su Yang. I'm sure you will, Su Yang shrugged at her words. He has heard the same words too many times in his previous life. You wiped the drool from the corner of her lips and thought to herself, he managed to make all three of us experience heaven without touching any inappropriate spots. If he did, would we experience an even higher heaven? You suddenly desired to feel Su Yang's hands caressing her bottom lips, perhaps even exploring directly inside her pink world. Sometime later, Yu and Shang walked out of Su Yang's room, both looking exhausted. Senior apprentice sister, Shang. Junior apprentice sister Yu. Are you okay? The girls outside went to assist them. Master, she had us all fooled. Getting that profounding pill is simply impossible. Shang sighed, dumbfounding the girls. And she continued, I knew it sounded too good to be true, for us to obtain profounding pills so easily, but this is simply bullying. Everyone there except Xian and you looked dazed, seemingly unable to comprehend her words. How could a mere massage seem so frightening? Next. Su Yang's calm voice caused the girls' hearts to skip a beat. None of them dared to step forth, afraid of the result. If there is nobody else, then. Wait, I am next. I don't believe that I will lose to someone like you. Junior apprentice sister Ming. The girls looked at their youngest with surprise. Very well, follow me. Su Yang and Ming disappeared into the room. 10 minutes later, the door finally opens. Junior apprentice sister Ming? The girls cried loudly, looking shocked when Ming crawled out from the room with tears in her eyes. Her body was so sensitive that even something as simple as standing was deemed impossible after one try. Anyone else? Su Yang glanced at the remaining girls, sending chills down their spines. Never in their dreams would these girls even imagine that they would one day encounter a situation this horrifying yet tempting at the same time. The girls no longer saw this situation as a bet but more of a challenge from Su Yang, who was saying with a smile, You think you can resist my techniques? Come. I dare you. I am next. Another girl walked forward, and they entered the room. 10 minutes later, the girl comes out with messy hair and a reddened face. The hope in the girl's eyes dimmed with every defeat. Their chances of getting the profounding pill was looking grimmer and more impossible. However, despite that, they all dared to challenge Su Yang. None of them were willing to lose face by admitting defeat to some kid who was years behind them in age and experience. But alas, the moment Su Yang executed his techniques, the girls all surrendered their bodies, even pleading for more. Soon, only one girl who has yet to experience the massage remained. Senior apprentice sister Xiao, it is your turn. Junior apprentice sister Xiao, you are the only one who hasn't. Disciple Xiao looked at her fellow sisters with a horrified expression. But I already have a partner. I cannot allow another man to. Xiao tried to excuse herself out of this one, but her sisters sneered. Humph. We all have our own partners, too. It's not like he's doing anything vulgar, it's just a normal massage. Which part of this is normal? Look at all of you laying on the floor. Look into the mirror and see the expression you are all making. Not even the roughest dual cultivation could possibly make all of you look this shameful. What happened to your elegance? Xiao still refused. Just a glance at Su Yang standing by his room caused her to tremble. Standing there, Su Yang looked like the devil, and the entrance to the room was the door to hell, a place that will consume one's soul. I will not force anyone that does not want my service, Soo-young said. If that is all, then we are done here. The girls looked at Xiao with pity in their gaze. She has no idea what she just missed out on and will surely regret her decision one day. Soo-young. Disciple Yu suddenly called for him, her face showing signs of shyness. What is it? He turned to look at her. If you ever need help, you can come to me, Yu Yan, for advice. Although I am only an outer court disciple, as someone from the medicine hall, I have many connections within the sect, so if you ever need something, you can come to me. How sly. The other girls looked at her with wide eyes. None of the sisters there could have imagined that the youngest amongst them would actually take the lead. Soo-young. My name is Xian Jinglin. I will also be available if you need anything. You can find me in the medicine hall or even at my living quarters. I am Jia Biu. I can also. The girls began fighting each other for the chance to introduce themselves to Soo-young, dumbfounding Xiao, and Tang Hu, who has been standing there like a dumb chicken since the beginning. Acting like a bunch of horny dogs. This is all because of Soo-young. Xiao couldn't bear to watch her fellow apprentice sisters shatter their images anymore, so she turned and left the place. When Xiao left, the others sighed. Although a bit exaggerated, they believed that their reactions are justified. The commotion quickly subdued, and when the girls prepared to leave, Soo-young reminded them, don't forget your words. Let alone 10 people, I shall spread your service to everyone I know. Me too. I will see you next month. Me too. Soo-young watched the girls depart with a gentle smile on his face. When they left, Tang Hu fell to the floor with a shocked face. He couldn't believe it. Since when did Soo-young become popular, even causing so many senior apprentice sisters to fall on their knees for him? Soo-young glanced at Tang Hu and chuckled. Get used to it, there will be plenty more coming later. Plenty more. Tang Hu rolled his eyes, nearly falling unconscious. He could already sense a storm gathering around this place. After the girls from the medicine hall left, Soo-young locked himself inside his room. He sat cross-legged on his bed, his eyes closed. He took a deep breath through his nose, enjoying the flowery fragrance emitting from the bed. The scent of those 9 girls still lingered, and it smelled like a flower bed with 9 different unique flowers. Besides the lingering fragrance, the bed also emitted faint yin qi. This yin qi came from those 9 girls who had discharged themselves during their climaxes. Soo-young used what little yin qi remained on the bed to cultivate himself. Although laughable when compared to Elderland's virgin yin qi, it was still enough to benefit his cultivation base slightly. Meanwhile, Tang Hu opened the door to another visitor. Meng Jia. Tang Hu was greeted by his partner at the door. What's wrong? You seem down. Meng Jia said in a worried tone. I think you should stay away from this place for some time. What? Meng Jia instantly paled. Did I do something wrong? Something to upset you? The way Tang Hu worded his sentence made it seem like Meng Jia had done something to offend him, hence why he wanted her to stay away from him for now. Eh? No. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just that, this place will get chaotic soon. Tang Hu corrected himself the instant he realized the misunderstanding. Chaotic? How? What's happening? Meng Jia couldn't wrap her head around the situation. Soo-young. I don't know what he's trying to do, but whatever it is, he will get himself in situations I don't dare to imagine. Tang Hu recalled the bizarre situation this morning. If it continues to happen, then it will only be a matter of time before Soo-young offends someone he cannot afford to offend. Soo-young? Where is he right now? He's inside his room. Doing what? I have no idea. However, you need to stay away from this place, him. Tang Hu was anxious for Meng Jia, who might fall into Soo-young's hands if she were to experience his massage that caused those 9 girls to go crazy. In this sect, while disciples are not allowed to force another to participate in dual cultivation, There was no such rule that prevents one from stealing another disciple's partner. If it's Su Yang, Tang, who believes that he could easily snatch girls away from people as easy as taking candy from a baby. Just thinking about the possibility of Su Yang stealing Meng Jia from his grasp made Tang Hu feel anxious. Whatever you are worried about, I will make it go away in bed. Come, let's cultivate, said Meng Jia as she pulled Tang Hu into his room, not giving him time to refuse. Su Yang stayed locked inside his room until the sunset arrived. He organized the bed and took a quick bath before heading back out to the training grounds to wait for more customers. Although he is still miles away from reaching 10,000 premium points for the pure young flower, Su Yang was confident that he will be able to obtain that much in the next few days. A few minutes later, Su Yang arrived at the training grounds. Upon his arrival, Su Yang noticed the large group of beauties standing around where he would normally set up his sign. There were at least 30 figures gathered there, and they all looked as though they were waiting for something, or somebody. Furthermore, the moment Su Yang stepped foot inside the training ground, somebody shouted, "There's Su Yang!" When the group of girls heard the name Su Yang, they all turned to look at him with curiosity on their faces. He's that Su Yang, right? Does he really have such heaven-defying hand techniques? I don't know, but Senior Apprentice Sister Xian promised us that she will give each of us 200 premium points if his service does not satisfy us, 10 premium points, right? Hehe, Senior Apprentice Sister Xian will surely regret making that promise with us after we are done here. The girls approached Su Yang with gleeful expressions. Su Yang, we are all here to experience your techniques. If you cannot satisfy us, then you'd better apologize to Senior Apprentice Sister Xian for causing her to lose face for you. Su Yang smiled and said, if I am unable to satisfy even one of you girls, then I will gladly cut off my own hands and feed it to the pigs. Su Yang's confident voice and bold statement alongside his calm expression dumbfounded the girls. Heh, you seem very confident in your own abilities, but I hope you won't regret your words afterward. After the girls accepted his 3 conditions, Su Yang led them to his living quarters. Meanwhile, Tang Hu began freaking out when he noticed the massive group of girls following Su Yang from the windows. How did he gather so many customers in such a short time? He just left the house, too. Tang Hu began moving the furniture to the walls so it would not be too crowded inside the house. He also made sure to put chairs right outside Su Yang's room so they could be reached easily when his customers come out. Afterward, Tang Hu holed himself inside his room, afraid of the mayhem that may soon occur. Upon arriving at the front door, Su Yang said to the girls, because the place is small, I will have at most 10 people inside at once, and the rest will have to wait outside. Although unhappy, the girls did not complain. When Su Yang saw the changes made to the house, he nearly laughed. What a thoughtful guy, he thought. Now, who's first? Su Yang stood by the door to his room with a welcoming smile, his gaze at the beauties in the room.